Yo, it's been a minute since I've made a video or like done anything vlog related, and let's just talk about that and some other stuff. You can tell I'm reading from a script right now because I'm really bad with ad lib on the fly, but whatever. Let's start off with why I started to make YouTube videos. Two reasons. One is that I was consuming a lot of vlog content at the time, and I enjoyed watching people just go about their lives, especially during the pandemic when I was at home all the time. And two, I wanted to capture my life and just upload to YouTube because it'd be a way for me to document it. And it would also make my life a little less boring because I would have to come up with video ideas and get myself to do more things in general. Well, admittedly, my videos weren't very high production. That was obvious, but I enjoyed them and looked back on them with fond memories, especially with the ones I do with friends. Like those are, oh, I could just watch them and just relive those times. And I'm honestly ultimately disappointed with myself that for this last basically 2 years, or maybe a year and a half, who knows, I haven't really pushed myself to do making more videos. I didn't stop trying to record. I definitely had times where I wanted to vlog again and nothing surfaced from it. But I did, there were patches where I just didn't have any motivation to do this. As you can remember in the last video, I broke my screen of my mirrorless camera. It became unusable for the next 2.5 months, which at that time, it was just in time for spring break. So I had plans to go camping that spring break with my friends. These are friends from high school, and you've seen them in the last camping video that I did. We were going to go to Eastern Washington for this trip, and it was pretty fucked. Here's I'll put some footage up of from our second day, but it was so bad. All right, so hello. Right now I'm recording on my phone. Everything's fucked. It is very windy. I'm inside the tent. As you can see right here, this is the door to our tent. Zipper fucked up, and so now there's a bunch of tape to try and keep it closed, but it's not keeping closed. So, yeah, stuff got kind of dusty, maybe a little salty. Yeah, this is really tough because I'm recording on my phone since my camera right now is not exactly working. If I turn it on, there's just so much dust. It probably got inside, right here, this where the motor gets the lens out or something along the lines of that. But when I try to turn it on, you'll see, and yeah, you heard that crunching sound. That's because the lens tried to come out when it can't. So I'll do it again because there's so much. It tried to come out because there's too much friction. I'm gonna get a bit too close. Because there's dust inside. So if I try it again. Let's try it. Let's see. Yep. That's the camera, and so I'm gonna need to clean out this lens probably when I get home. But I can't record anything else. So yeah, we didn't expect the area to be so sandy or windy or salty or dusty. Yeah, you get it. There were just a lot of factors that we did not expect from the area we were going to, and it was pretty fucked conditions for a camera. And at that time, I still wanted to record everything. I was literally bringing my camera everywhere, and so I didn't expect all these conditions, and I didn't. But I still wanted to record stuff for a vlog because we arrived and it wasn't windy. Maybe it was a little sandy or dusty, but keep the camera off the ground. Basic concept, right? But yeah, I wanted to record it, and that was the last of my camera then as well because at that point my camera screen had been fixed, so I was able to use it again. And then putting it into those conditions made like dust particles essentially get into the lens, and it was the lens was unusable because it was not it wasn't moving essentially. And that would be the last time I record using the camera, at least until like through the summer. Was able to find a replacement for the lens despite it being discontinued. And I'm also just at this point scared for the camera to be broken at all again. Like, it's expensive to fix, obviously. And yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. I'm going off script a little bit, but whatever. Because it was broken, couldn't record the rest of that summer, but over summer found the replacement, and the camera was ready to go by the time the next school year was running around at fall quarter. And we can get back into the academic year for 2021-2022 then for now. The school year for 2021 to 2022 was my sophomore year of college. There you go. That was my sophomore year, so that means right now I'm going to my junior year. But I was so excited for my sophomore year because it was gonna be what I saw as the next chapter of my life. My first on-campus experience living away from home, and I didn't get to do my freshman year because freshman year was COVID, and so we were all online. I didn't move away because didn't need to. Classes were online, yada yada yada. So yeah, I was super excited for freshman year or for sophomore year. Once like things started getting going, I went to club meetings, had in-person classes, and I got to live in the dorm. It was a new and exciting experience. There was no easy way for me to say this, but during my fall quarter, something began to plague me, and I spent such a long time thinking about how I want to say this, but there's only one way I can really think to put it, and it's that I began to suffer from eczema. So, atopic dermatitis, also known as eczema, is an inflammatory skin condition that causes itchiness, dry skin, rashes, scaly patches, and blah 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 blah. Read the rest if you want, or read it if you don't know what eczema is, or look it up or whatever. I'm not going to fully explain it right now. But long story short is that I've also always had eczema. Like, it would show up in different parts of my body over different periods of my life. It would be on my neck, my elbow pits, on the back of my legs, on the front of my legs, or on my arms, on my hands. Like, it would show up somewhere, but only like one patch at a time, really. So like, it would happen to my arms, only my arms. It would, so we'd have to like clear it up there from there, and then like 2 years later, like in like fourth grade maybe, I would have it on my legs, something like that. So honestly, I couldn't remember what suffering from eczema felt like during all of high school. It didn't really happen much though, that much. So what made this experience really that different? Well, for starters, eczema went on my face. I'd never had it on my face before, so that was really scary because I didn't know what was happening to me, because I didn't think it could be eczema because it's not somewhere that showed up before. And it was honestly like such a terrible experience. Like, not only that my face was suffering from eczema, is that my entire body began to flare up with eczema as well. So it's not only my face, but my arms, my legs, my feet, my hands, literally everywhere started to flare up. Like, dry skin or itchy skin or open skin, or like, it was bad. And making me thinking about what my skin looks like from my perspective, looking back or thinking about it, just, it was terrible. It was truly terrible. I don't know why I smile so much. Maybe it's because I'm happy that I'm vlogging again or whatever. But I honestly, I wouldn't wish this upon any of my like worst enemies or whatever. Like, it was such a bad experience for me. All right, back to the script. But yeah, from my feet to my head, my entire body, my skin was red, itchy, dry, scaly, and very, very unbearable. It would feel like shit to move with the dry skin. So like, imagine like it's I have dry skin right now, but like imagine like just extending this, it's stretching this, it's stretching the skin of your arm right here. So like doing this motion would hurt or be so unbelievably uncomfortable, or extending fingers or contracting this kind of stuff. Like anything that requires skin to like somewhat stretch or move, just is was so uncomfortable for me to do, and it was so bad. Especially with like during the time constant masking, like was going on because what Omicron or Delta variant was on the rise, whatever. It was bad because especially since it started taking over my face and especially my nose. My nose was the worst. My nose was like I'm not gonna actually try to explain it. I don't have any pictures of my nose, and I'm so glad I don't because it would look horrible. But um, let's see. Yeah, I don't really like exaggerating uh like emotionally bad experiences, I guess, for me, because like saying it was the lowest point in my life, that is such a big exaggeration. I don't know if I've had like, I can't think of the previous low moments because I also don't want to remember them, right? But it was a pretty low point for me, like when mentally to go through at least. Like I absolutely hated looking at myself. I don't know what was like causing this uncontrollable itch, and I hated talking about it or using it as an excuse because I felt like I was being ingenuine about my intentions whenever I did. Like, I'm sorry about that. Like, for doing this for like the third or fourth time because like it's literally feeling like horrible. But like, I don't know what else. Like how I don't know. I just felt super ingenuine about it, and I felt really bad. Every time like I just say, "Oh, I can't come. Not feeling that well right now." Like I felt like I flaked a lot during this time, and I can't. I'm just trying to think like, is it my fault? Is it not? I don't know. Like I don't know. It was so if personally I was feeling really bad about it though. Um yeah, I I skipped classes like I said that I felt like I couldn't be yeah, because physically present because I won't be able to focus in class with my skin constantly irritating me. I flicked on social events like that I felt like I couldn't experience without the thought of needing to leave or needing to feel comfortable in my skin again. Like I didn't feel like I could be in an outing that required me to wear long sleeves, which is so weird, or like a jacket or something because my skin on my arms was needed lotion on it. Like I spent most of my weekends in my room because I wanted to keep moisturizers on my skin rather than going out with sleeves or long pants or socks that would soak and absorb this lotion that was making me feel normal. Yeah. During my winter break, I tried a lot of lotions and moisturizers to try and help my skin and found some that helped. They helped, but I need these felt like a necessity to live at this point. And even with moisturizer feeling helping me feel comfortable in my own skin, I will look back at footage that I took of me wanting to vlog, and I just look horrible. And I would think, man, I just look horrible. I'm just gonna put a content warning right here for those who don't like looking at like people with poor health, dry skin, bad like open skin, whatever. Like if you don't like seeing that kind of stuff, like just yeah, bad health in general. I don't know how else to describe it. Just look away from the video. I'm still gonna talk, and I'll tell you when you can look back. But um, yeah, here are some videos of what and I was feeling normal, or okay. So yes, these videos of me are of me like feeling normal, quote unquote feeling, and hoping to document my life again. My skin, as you can see, is still red, still looks very dry and is very flaky, and at that time was still very itchy, and so I was still clearly suffering through eczema despite me thinking or that it was better. Lotion, it was literally a requirement for me to, if I want to leave my room at all and feel like I was like feel like an able-bodied person without having any discomfort or whatever. It was, man, yeah. All right, uh, content warning over. Uh, I'm, or yeah, whatever. You can look back at the video again. And so I feel like whenever someone asks me how I've been or anything along those lines, I've talked about my skin, and I feel like at this point it's being dragged on, even though this is my own video. Like, this is feeling like dragged on at this point. But the reality of it is that I'm just adjusting to my new lifestyle and different new conditions that affect me literally every waking moment and how I live. This probably won't be the last time I have to explain this to someone, but it's been what's up with me. Other than skin issues, I mean, the rest of my year was pretty eventful, stressful, fun. Like, I made a lot of memories, and I'm really, again, I'm disappointed that I didn't get to record, or I didn't record it myself most of the time because, well, I want to look back and smile. Um, like, I learned to play taiko, a form of traditional Japanese drumming, and performed in my school's group for various events. It was such an uplifting experience, and I'm really glad to have had the experience and been surrounded by those people. Uh, we have a YouTube channel, and I look back at the videos that we were able to make for our showcase. Yeah, I I also like had to go through the rest of my second year coursework. So as an electrical engineering major, it was definitely burning me out towards the end. um, I I still have to figure out that work life balance or like schoolwork or homework life balance or whatever. When it comes to how much time I spend doing work and how often I do it, because I found something that would work for me, but it wasn't sustainable for me, and I burned myself out very fast because I was workaholic for a little bit. So what's been going on since then? Since the end of my sophomore year? Well, after finals, my summer began. This current summer that I'm in, and had really no real plans, no internships, no like projects or anything that I had an idea to do. And so I came home, um, back in my room here, and just stayed at home for weeks on end, trying to restore the skin that I used to have to what it used to be. And at this point, I think my skin has sustained some irreversible damage, uh, or permanent changes or whatever. Like, irreversible is kind of not a hard word, but like, yeah, I think my skin has sustained some permanent changes at this point, and it will never be what it used to be, like normal skin. But it's looked way better. Like, yeah, I think I would have to say I look way better now. Um, it feels better as well. Definitely feels a lot better. And I'm happy to say how that I'm at this point, and hopefully moving back to Seattle won't change the state of my skin again. But only time will tell with that. I've spent a majority of my time at home, just playing video games on my computer, or watching YouTube, or watching Twitch, or whatever. I've really just become like a gremlin or a hermit, and just stayed at home most of my time. And it's been a very uneventful summer. I'll say that. Quite honestly, it upsets me when I think about how my summer was, because I've neglected a lot of relationships and have overall like turned up in my own shell. Like, I my communication's gone down the hole with uh, multiple friends and like loved ones. Um, I'm I'm really like it. It honestly is like whenever I do think about it, it makes me like upset, sad to a point. But that's where video games come in and just distract me, and that's all they've been doing this entire summer. I've just been distracted the entire time with video games. I hope within this next week when I move back to Seattle, I will start doing stuff more and start like uh, just just feeling like me again. Really, like I I didn't have a lot of opportunity this summer to do, or I did have the opportunity to do something, but I never did anything with it. And I don't know. I don't have much else to say. I hope to upload again for my own sake and upload more. Um, I'll I've thought of this idea of making like a like two different series. Really, like this first series is gonna be like I I've only like thought of it like called the Cut series. I know there's a YouTube channel called Cut. My Cut series would just be of footage that I get. Yeah, just random footage I have of me going about my day and just literally just cutting it together. Music maybe, but there's not gonna be much like heavy editing through these videos. Like this, probably I envision it as like a weekly upload that I would just put together for myself to remember what I did in this week in my life. And I the as I said, with YouTube, I intended it to be for me primarily, and I feel like that focus really went away a little bit when I started uploading and started like tried with my editing. And so that's the first thing. I'm probably just gonna have like it'll probably be very bland videos, honestly, of me just living about my life and just cutting it together and just making a video out of it and posting it. But it's also like a shift towards like for me, I guess mentally, to know like this is being done for me, not for anyone else. No one cares about my life if they, but if they do, they can watch those videos. If they won't be as super entertaining. But secondly, the second series would probably be a more traditional vlog style, like that. I would be talking to the camera and stuff, more edits and stuff like that if I really wanted to. But the Cut is probably gonna be the most frequent upload, and the more vlog series is probably gonna be like maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months, whatever. But because it takes more editing, and editing is what also used to be daunting for me to put a video together, and that's why I would never make a video out of the previous times I recorded. Yeah, I don't know. I guess thank you to those who are able to tolerate me or supported me through this past year, the hardship I had to go through. It it's been an experience, and it's going to continue being an experience for me because I still am living with eczema. I still have to go through it, and um, but I hope the lowest points I've passed. But who knows when I move back to Seattle. Thank you to whoever watches through all of this, and whoever's gonna watch through all of the content that I make, because like I don't know why anyone would, but if you're that interested in how I live out my life, thank you. I hope I can provide something to a viewer, or even if I'm like my videos only serve as like a distraction, like others have for me, or white noise or whatever. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I guess I'll see you soon with my next upload, whatever it is.